Hi, Leo. Okay, so it's for Leo. I'll show you the cards as I see them, Leo. We have the Temperance, we have the Stars, and we have the Seven of Pentacles here. And I do feel like this goes really, really nicely with this Five of Winter energy and the Temperance energy. It's like you're in the middle of this in the past position. Here we have this sense of change, creating more sense of self, walking away from dishonest associations, wanting to be more stable in the people you hang out with, wanting to be honored, wanting to honor self. And then we have the Temperance card, which is all about creating that sense of balance, feeling very kind of more serene, a sense of serenity and tranquility here. And then we have the Soulmate. So it looks like the Soulmate energy is an influence. It may not be that you're actually with your soulmate, because we have the Very Soon card next to it here. And this is kind of in the past position. So for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, it does look like there is a soulmate energy around you. You see an individual who's either come into your life in the past here in some fashion, or their energy is coming in and you've intuited it as arriving soon, and it's created quite a bit of change within you. You have wanted to change, you've wanted to create some changes in your life, and you've wanted to create more self-mastery, which is very common with soulmate relationships, because whenever there's a soulmate connection, there's a part of yourself that gets illuminated for change, and that's part of the reason that we have these connections, is to not so much to spark our interest with that person, that sense of the numinous with this individual, but it's to spark our desire to change, to create more opportunities where we get to show our true essence to the world, and to let go of the parts of us that just aren't really serving our greatest sense of self, and our greatest expansion of self is how it feels for me. So it looks like there's been this kind of connection for many Leos, and it's really a powerful connection here. But with this Five of Winter, as I've mentioned, there is this idea of more stability, and it goes really nicely with the fact that this Temperance card is kind of like in this kind of position here. And we have the Stars card and the Very Soon card. So we have the sense of stability and happiness, joy, contentment coming in the present position here. We have the Very Soon card. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And then we have the Stars card, which is about this idea of hope and optimism, not yet manifesting necessarily in the material plane, but all that hope and optimism for it. And so for you, Leo, it's a really strong encouragement from your guides and angels that if you are not yet coupled, or even if you are coupled and it's been feeling tense, to begin to spend more time in the excitement and the hope and the optimism of what it's going to feel like when it comes in, when things settle down, when things feel more stable, as opposed to, that longing and desire from a place where we are only noticing that we don't have it, that despair over what isn't in our presence yet, as opposed to the joy and excitement of what is coming in. There's an energetic difference there, and the more that you can play with it and spend more time in the place of being excited for what is coming, as opposed to being sad about what's not there yet, you can manifest it faster here, which is kind of what you're doing with this Four of Spring, creating more stability around that. But it does look like here we go into the future. We have this Two of Winter, we have the religious factors, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. So as you move forward, kind of, again, this is a relatively short period of time we're talking about, Leo, but as you move forward into the kind of the more future mid-January area, it looks like there is this kind of place of stasis, I want to say, like just not really wanting to make any decision, not wanting to rush forward, because you want to be very, very sure of what it is you want. You want to be really clear with self before you decide to take action in whatever way that means for you, Leo. It's going to be different for everybody. It's a general reading. It could be that you are coupled and you want to adopt a more religious rituals or experiences into your couple, or maybe you're just getting more in touch with your spirituality and you've been reluctant to discuss it with your partner. And if you aren't coupled, if you're single, it looks like it could just be a time where you're wanting to get really, really clear on yourself. You're wanting to understand your spiritual nature. You're looking upon, as you move forward, what works for you in terms of religion and spirituality. But it's very kind of slow moving energy here with the Seven of Pentacles. So there's no need to rush as you go into January. Leo. Things are going to happen as they're meant to happen. And so, you know, just have faith and trust that all is going to be well, because we do have the trust card under the deck as the underlying energy here. So very much about having trust, having faith, knowing that all things are working out just as they're meant to. We also have this card left on the table here, the Six of Pentacles energy here, and I don't know why it was left there, but there it was. And so this is part of your reading, Leo. And this is an underlying energy as well, which is about reciprocity, about being open-hearted when you give love in a very real way. It's about being open-hearted and giving with out the intention or an agenda to get something in return. And because you're so open-hearted and willing to give of yourself in a very real way, not just thinking your thoughts, but actually giving gifts or giving the words or the expressing the way that you are, your true self in the world, you open the door for that energy to come in as well. There is this energy underlying your reading here as well under the deck here, Leo, this Four of Autumn energy. This has come up for, I think, one or two other signs today. And, you know, for you, as I feel this, it's more about you kind of have been, it's associated with this energy, this Five of Winter. And I'm wondering if you're feeling a little bit like you're not quite sure if you're here or if you're here. Like that's kind of how it feels. Like this is a little bit like you looking kind of into the past a little bit, wondering if you've done the good work yet, wondering if you are good enough yet to have what you desire. And just to remind you, Leo, that you are perfect and beautiful just as you are right now. And that the more that you can kind of see yourself as the divine sees you, the more that you can manifest what your preferences are more quickly. And I kind of feel like, but there's this underlying energy here of like, have I done the work? Have I gotten myself out of this situation or these relationships or this relationship enough yet to be able to make the decision to do whatever it is that I want to do in love with whomever I want to do it with. So that's kind of that energy there that's kind of underlying this for you, Leo. But it's okay. You'll make the move and make the decisions that are right and true for you in the moment. So spend time, because this is the present moment, spend time in celebration that this sort of more difficult energy, it really is kind of behind you. And if it's not completely behind you, it's falling away rather quickly now. Know that there is a soulmate connection around you, and that you're either intuiting it or that you are working with it in some fashion. It could be someone that you've already met, and for whatever reason you're not together, but very soon you will be. I also want to talk about this because this religious factors card is not to be ignored. It also speaks specifically in love and romance here, that very soon that the two of you will have more of an understanding of each other's religious and spiritual experiences and understandings, and is asking as well that you realize that not everyone's journey is the same as yours. If you're a very spiritual individual and you have a soulmate who is just beginning their journey or at a different stage of their journey in terms of their spirituality, to have patience and understanding with that, and know that both are to be honored. There's no right way to experience your sense of self in the world. There's only your way, really. And then our ego tells us, you know, whether something's right or wrong. So just bear that in mind. But with the Temperance card and the stars and the Seven of Pentacles, it's all very kind of slower moving energy for you, Leo, which is perfect actually for the holidays. You don't want to rush into anything just because you feel like you need it. You know, you want to, this is what this energy is about for you, Leo. It's about making a decision not by rushing into anything, but making a decision because you feel a sense of centeredness. You feel that sense in your heart of what you want to do. You're wanting to make a decision from the heart with your intuition, with your emotions, and not with your mind here. You want just to feel more balanced when you make a decision, when you move forward. It may not be a decision. It may just be the sense of not wanting to move forward in whatever way that means for you here, Leo. Okay, I hope you find that helpful, Leo. I wish you much love and happy holidays. Till next year.